So last time we have discussed about the general question, tell me about yourself. So in the tell me about yourself, we need to give the education, IT and Salesforce journey. And then explain your IT industry also. There also we need to give IT and Salesforce journey. So basically you will be explaining it, like you will be starting it. Thank you for this opportunity. I have completed the graduation in so and so university, and then you need to add your IT. So what are the IT is there? So like I started learning the Salesforce from my graduation, and I started in 2019 as a fresher and as a Salesforce intern with the electronics. My first project is with this project. I have worked on it. Some configuration like a workflow rules, email alerts, and process builder data migration. And then I moved to the next project and I work for the project too as a Salesforce developer and work for the role profiles, permission set, sharing rules, creation, custom object, and custom fields, formula fields. And then I have moved into my latest project, and my project is this is the third project where my role is a Salesforce developer, and I had a deep understanding on the Salesforce. I had a good analysis in this project, addressed a couple of issues, fixed the defects which are raised by the clients, and also I was a part of the data migration and data loader. So data loader, we have done it through the workbench, and during this process, we have identified a couple of issues and we fixed all the data issues, and finally we completed the data loader issue. And also I work closely with the team members in order to complete our sprint. We have a day-to-day activities as a sprint planning, stand-up. So these are the daily activities which I be involved. So this is either tell me about yourself or explain your IT industry. And then it comes with the which clouds you have worked on it. As if it is a fresher, then you need to start with the sales cloud and service cloud. If it is the experience, then you need to say sales cloud, service cloud, and experience. People also added along with that. I have also worked on the experience cloud and community cloud. Notice period, just say that I get relieved from my last company. So due to some medical issues in August 2023, due to medical issues, I left the company. So I have a 6 months gap. If you do not have any gap, just specify that what are the time you have a notice period. And are you contract or permanent? Permanent employees will be the directly you are working with the company. If it is a contract, your payroll is a different, and the company which you are working is a different company. And CTC specify what is the CTC and is it a fixed or variable? Specify whether it is a fixed or variable. If you are specifying the variable, you need to provide more information to the HR. If it is a fixed, that is a direct, it's a ideal answer is a fixed. And based on this current CTCA, you have to mention the monthly take home. And what is your expected salary as per the company norms? Now, project questions are how many Salesforce project you have worked on it. So you can specify 3 projects. What are the projects you are adding in the resume? You can specify the 3 Salesforce projects. Explain your current project description from end to end. In my last project, I am working on this current project. Specify the project name as a what are the role is there Salesforce developer. Here I did a first-hand analysis addressing the issues raised by the business, data migration through the data loader and workbench, and identification of the data issues, and develop the Apex triggers, Lightning Web Component flows, escalate, coordinating with the stakeholders, and core capability team per complexity of the issues, integrating the Salesforce with the external system. These are the couple of current Salesforce project description you need to specify it. And what are your roles and responsibility? My role is a Salesforce developer or a senior Salesforce developer, and my responsibilities are attending the day-to-day activities where it is includes the daily stand-up. During the daily stand-up, we cover whatever we are going to cover, whatever we are going to work today. So we will be specifying it, and we'll have a Apex triggers. I have worked on the Apex triggers based on the requirement, and I have implemented the batch Apex Lightning Web Component integration. Also, during the deployment. We also work on the test classes, which is a code coverage for the Salesforce. And sometimes I need to fix on the bug fixes on the critical basis. And also I'm part of the deployment. So these are a couple of responsibilities. Apart from that, so I'll be helping my team members if there are any issues. And your day-to-day activities, attending the daily stand-up calls, picking up the assignment and working assignment from the Jira board, and started working on to those issues, and we will complete those work and push those tickets to the QA, and connecting with the QA team members in order to recreate the scenarios or in order to help the QA and fixing the bugs. Whatever the QA are raising the bugs, we will be fixing those bugs. Which clients and client location you have worked on it? In my first company, I have worked on this so and so company and project name, client name, location. Then my next company is so and so, project name, client name, and location. In my last company, which is a current company, and specify what are the current company, what is the project name, client name, and location. And what is your current recent work in your Salesforce project? Development application using the LWC, Apex, and integration. What are your strength, weakness while working on the project? Now, weakness is managing the time effectively, especially when the facing tight project deadline is an area where I continuously work to improve. Strengths are I have a deep understanding of Salesforce, and it is a various module allowing me to leverage its full potential for the customization, automation, and integration. I excel at identifying the challenges within the Salesforce project and developing the effective solution. Whether it is optimizing the workflow, resolving the data integration issues, or implementing the complex business logic, I'm adept at finding the practical solution. This is the strength. And also, I have a handling the large volume of data in Salesforce can be a challenging, and I'm continuously working to enhance my skills in optimizing the data structure and queries to ensure the optional. And here, what are the different challenges you have faced while working on a Salesforce? So in my experience working on a Salesforce project, I have encountered various challenges that have tested my problem solving skills and adaptability. One significant challenge has been managing the large data volume efficiently. Salesforce, being a robust platform, can sometimes face performance issues while dealing with the substantial amount of data. So to address this, I have focused on optimizing the data structure, implementing the efficient indexing, and optimizing queries to ensure the smooth operation. And another challenge I have faced is striking the right balance between the customization and out of the box functionality. While customization is a strength of the Salesforce, execute customization can lead the maintenance challenges and potential complications during the upgrade. I have learned to carefully assess business requirement and leverage the standard functionalities whenever the possibility to maintain the robust scale of solution. Now you can mention different challenges here. These are the based on the above 5 years members usually specify these challenges. What is your team size? 5 members.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. In the above question 2.8, can we mention like some hard words like robust, substantial amounts of data, or leveraging the standard functionalities? Can we use those words, or if we use those words, is there any if complexity of the next question from the interview?
Before I answer, Suma, yesterday you have mentioned you will be completing the assignment. Did you complete the assignment?
Yes, ma'am, I have submitted in Drive.
Okay, so where did you submit it? I did not see any new today.
Oh, in the Drive only, ma'am.
Okay, where did you submit it? Which one?
This. Okay. SD Suma Intel, paper 1. This is paper 2, paper 1.
Okay, so when I ask why people are not responding, whether I'm completing or not, how will I understand? Class is started, it is a two-way communication. Whenever I ask whether it is completed or not, nobody answered. Okay, so what is your question?
Hmm. In the above question, means roles and responsibilities of 2.8, the question, ma'am.
What is in 2.8 question?
Yes, in different challenges you faced while working on the Salesforce project, no? You are explaining the key paper of yours, right? In that, I have seen like some complex words, no? Can we use those words, or if we use those complex words like robust performance, or like those, is there any chance that we can get the second question on those? Oh,
So this is after 5 years. So
okay,
whoever
okay,
is
ma'am.
putting the experience is more than 5 years, because they will be specifying the challenges, whatever they are working on it, it is a more of them. So
Okay.
like usually the first one is in my experience Salesforce project, I have encountered various challenges that have tested while working on a problem solving skills. That is the first one. Out of those, one significant challenges that has been managing the large data volume efficiently. So that means during the data load or whenever the user, we are retrieving the data from integration side. Now, whoever is having the more than 5 years, they definitely have a experience in the integration side.
Yes, yes.
So integration side, whenever we are receiving the large amount of data, how can we manage the data efficiently? So there we have faced some challenges to manage the data efficiently. And also we have a different platform like a Salesforce to Salesforce, from the different third party system to the Salesforce. So the amount of data that we are receiving is the data structure, and whatever the data we are receiving it, everything we need to cross verify. And if the data is not right, then we have to show the error message to the third party system. It's not in the,
Yes.
so in those scenarios, so that is the biggest challenging which we have faced it in order to manage the large data volume. And the second one is another challenge we have faced it, balance between the customization out of the box functionality. So balance between the customization out of the box functionality is Salesforce is already giving the out of the box functionality.
Yes, yes,
On
ma'am.
top of it, we are writing the customization. So
Yes.
during this time, what will happen if order of execution might impact? So sometimes my customization gets executed before the out of the box functionality. So that time I need to take care of it, whatever the strength of the Salesforce is there. So we need to cross verify which one gets executed first and which one get executed latest. So this is the bit challenging when we have a out of the box functionality. On top of it, if we are implementing the customization, I need to cross verify that which one gets executed, because sometimes on single object we can create a formula fields, validation rules, lightning flows, triggers, and batch classes. Everything we will implement on the on the particular object. So that time it is a bit challenging for me whenever we have this kind of a scenario on the single object. So we have to carefully check which one gets executed first and carefully analyze that scenario and suggest the business whether it is possible or not. So that is a second challenge.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, if I don't want to use the complex words like robust or like, I'll use the normal, right?
Yeah, you
Okay,
can use it.
thank you.
Okay, I have faced some challenging task in my task. One of the challenging is writing the test classes for complex business. Now they will ask here what is the complex business scenario where I have solved with the help of my team member and completed task. Okay, so the counter question will be the complex business scenario. So they will ask what is the complex business scenario.
Okay, that time I need to say, okay, on the batch class or any, okay, I made a like, I write an class, asynchronous class. On that, I need to implement a test class. That seemed to be the complex one.
Specify
Okay,
integration REST API.
okay, okay.
Because integration REST API, we need to implement the payload, which is an inbound payload and which is an outbound payload. So might be one of them. You can specify the complex one.
Okay, thank you.
What is your team size? My team size is a 8 members, business analyst, architect, team lead, developers, and admin. Now, what are the recent scenarios that you have worked on it? The admin scenario I worked on the recently is validating the custom date. Field contains a date within the current month and year.
Here, is there any elaboration I need to do? But
You need to
or
add the admin scenario. So whatever the question papers we are solving it,
yes,
all
ma'am.
those scenarios you can add it into the admin scenario.
Okay, okay. Here, one recent scenario, like, so I have mentioned one only. Uh, is this enough to write now, or else I need to give like 2, 3 sentences, like means
If
I.
you are placing your resume more than 3 years, it is better to give you at least 3 scenarios.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Now, what are the functionalities you have faced? You have worked in admin as a Salesforce admin. I have been involved in various of key functionality to ensure the smooth operation of optimization of Salesforce within my organization. Some of the key areas I have worked on the include user management, data management, reports, dashboard, and security features, customization, and configuration. Customization is on the development side.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Design data model, plan and implement a basic data model outlining the fields required for each object considering the essential patient information, medical history, appointment details. I created the project app. In that project app, I have created the custom object for the objects, patient, medical history, appointment details, doctor, and implemented the relationship between them. Set up object manager, create the object.
Navigation steps to create the objects. That is the
Screenshots.
one I have. Yes, ma'am.
Screenshots are not clear. I don't know why.
Okay, okay. I'll make them clear and upload it again.
Okay, so next establish the relationship between the objects. Patient to parent object can have a multiple appointments, appointment. Child object can have a specific patient.
Here I modified the relationship again, ma'am. Like taking the appointment as a junction object and mm, mm, made them master detail relationships between patient and doctor.
Update this.
Okay, okay, ma'am. He, okay. Yes, that is the wrong screenshot, ma'am. I'll upload again.
Data entry and testing it. Screenshots are not clear.
Okay, okay.
Set up initial security settings like defining the role profile. Okay.
These screenshots are not visible or not having access, ma'am. It is a error symbol, right?
Upload it. I don't know what is
Not
this.
up. Okay, okay.
Now, what is the recent Apex Sockle scenarios you have worked on? I have written the Sockle queries and retrieve the
To
data from
retrieve.
Salesforce object based on the specific criteria. I have worked on the trigger logic to implement the custom logic to execute while performing insert update delete. I have worked on the batch Apex for processing the large volume of record asynchronously. I have developed the Apex classes to integrate the Salesforce within external system using the REST and SOAP API. What are the functionalities you have worked on? The Apex Sockle Social functionalities does not come bug fixing.
Okay. Okay.
I have worked on the trigger logic to implement the custom logic to execute the performing insert update delete. I have written the Sockle queries, retrieve the data and Salesforce objects. I have worked on the asynchronous logic and I have worked on the functionality which is a scheduling functionality. I have worked on the asynchronous scheduling Apex trigger you have already mentioned. Test classes.
Okay.
Record sharing, this we have discussed yesterday. It's the same topic. Screenshots are not
Okay.
here.
Ma'am, I have a doubt like in the Confluence and making the document in Word, both will be the same or else any access issues if I share the document.
It will have a access issues. You
Okay.
need to properly in the WordPad paste the documentation. Do not share it through the conference page.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Discussed documentation, creating the Apex code to generate the patient related document like a medical record. Specify here public class name, public static void, method name, and medical records. For creating the record, database dot insert and send a notification. Single email new to address. Then the content, you are building the content and this content you are adding into the attachment, file name and content type is a PDF. And finally, you will be storing into the send email and send email result. Attachments are not clear.
Okay, okay.
Next, create a trigger for processing the maintain the data constantly. Trigger code, trigger medical records, trigger on the medical records before update. Email, please enter the email ID, patient admin date, patient discharge date. Okay.
Oh. I have
When
checked after uploaded the document also. I have checked again on my screen. The documents are cleared to me, but I don't
it
know
is
why.
opening it, when we open here, it is showing me. But when we open in the Google Docs,
Okay.
it does not give the screenshots.
Some screenshots are visible, and the later screenshots are having no access and giving error. Okay. I'll convert it to WordPad and I'll upload again.
Okay. 3.8, automated the notification setup based on the automatic notification. You have implemented the workflow. Now here, workflow on which object you have implemented?
This one I have recorded a video and I have shared to you, ma'am, on WhatsApp also.
So this one, in your attachment, it says that workflow is on the object called patient object.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Now
Whenever
here the one, whenever the appointment is created,
to the patient email ID, an email alert has to be executed on the patient email ID, saying that your appointment has booked with the particular doctor. Right, ma'am?
how you are capturing it, whether the patient is having the appointment or not.
Entry criteria. Through entry criteria, I have checked, ma'am.
What is the entry criteria?
Whether the patient email ID is not equal to null. And
If a patient, while the patient is registering it, they will enter the email ID.
yes,
But
I
how
made.
do you know that? Okay, appointment today is a patient registered.
Yes.
Now, appointment is on 21st of February.
Okay.
So how do you know that on the 21st of February, we need to send an email to patient?
Okay, okay. Based time dependent action we need to create.
But on the patient record, how do you know that appointment is today? On the patient record, how do you know that today is appointment?
Actually,
This
there
is
is
a
a
appointment reminder alert to a patient as well as the doctor.
doctor. Yes, ma'am.
So you are creating the workflow on the patient. If you are
Okay.
creating the record on the workflow on the patient record, patient is the parent object and appointment is the child object. Now in the workflow, how do you verify that in the child object is the appointment for this patient is today or not? If it is a today, then we have to send an email.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you check that in the patient?
Okay, means we need to write this workflow or email alert in appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to check the entry criteria, like whether the patient email ID is null or not. And
How do you check that? Okay, so the implementation is incorrect. We should not be implementing the workflow on the patient. We should be implementing on the appointment. That is one thing.
Okay.
Now, whenever the appointment is created and you need a date where whenever the date is today, like appointment date is today, or if we have as soon as the appointment is created.
Okay.
Assume that today appointment is created. As soon as the appointment is created, we wanted to send an email. Forget about the date. So as soon as the appointment is created, we should send an email to the doctor as well as the patient.
Yes.
So we need to write a flow on to the appointment.
Flow, lightning flow, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, no, here you said like using simple workflows and process builder. And before that, I just want to mention that workflows and process builders are going to be deprecated in the future days. And okay, we can mention like that, right? And we can create a lightning. Okay.
If you go with the workflow, there is a complication. What is that complication if I go with the workflow? If I implement a workflow on the appointment object, I have a complication. We cannot do that. There is a restriction.
As it is a junction object between the two.
We can create a workflow.
Mm,
What is the issue if we go with the workflow?
in general, if I can say like workflows are going to be deprecated, but the existing workflows will get executed if they are time dependent actions, they'll execute.
It will execute. We can create a workflow
Yes.
on the appointment, but there is a problem.
I'm
Anybody?
unable to get it now.
Anyone? Can create a workflow on the appointment, but there is a problem on the workflow while sending an email. On appointment, do I have a doctor email? Do I have a patient email?
Yes.
Where do we have it? How do you get that? No, you have an appointment here. Now, in the appointment record, you have a date, start maybe appointment date, you have it. And then there is a lookup relationship to the doctor. And lookup or master detail relationship to the patient, master detail relationship to the doctor, master detail relationship to the patient. Now we are implementing the workflow on the appointment. Whenever we implement a workflow, what is the condition we will check? We will check whether the condition is maybe doctor is not equal to null, patient is not equal to null. After that, we have a criteria, send an email. When we click on a send an email, what is it is expected?
Email ID.
Email ID. Where are the email IDs here?
In the doctor and patient
Doctor
objects.
patient.
Sorry?
Doctor object and patient object.
Those are object records. Where is the email ID? These are the lookup to the doctor record.
Appointment.
These are lookup to the record. But here we need a email. Expected. Where is the email field here? How do you create an email field in this case?
Uh,
How do you create an email field in this case?
Can we use the concept of external ID for the field of email ID?
External ID?
Um, oh,
Which external ID?
no, not that.
Why external ID is coming? We need an email field. Data type should be email.
Okay.
So what should be this? How do we create an email field? We can create a email field, doctor email field here, which is a data type is a email, and then patient email. So two fields we need to create it, and the data type should be the email data type. Now, whenever the record is created or updated, we need to implement a logic. As soon as the record is saved, we need to update this doctor email and patient email field by looking at the doctor lookup relationship. What are the record is linked? That email ID we need to place it here. Patient email ID has to be placed it here. Then we will have a email ID specified. In that case, I can go for a workflow and I can implement here, and the email field I can drag it. But how do you update the email fields? Okay, you are going to create an email field, doctor email and patient email. How do you update this? As soon as the record is saved, we need to update the doctor email ID.
By using flows.
By using the flows, we can update it. So here we have a doctor email ID and patient email ID. This is the appointment. On this appointment, we have a doctor and patient and the appointment date. And this doctor email ID, patient email ID should be only read-only field. It should not be edited. And these fields has to be updated from the flow. Now you can update these fields from the flow. Now once it is updated from the flow, then you can fire the workflow. If you do not want to workflow to be combined together, then in that case, you can go with the flow.
Only flow. Okay.
So which is, this is the one. So here, this is the record triggered flow. On this record triggered flow, we are getting the data. And I'm cross verifying here, doctor and patient lookup is not equal to null. Then I'm going to update the email ID here. We are updating the email ID, doctor email ID, patient email ID from the parent object, parent record. And I'm checking here is appointment date equal to today. Then we are going to file it here. Now, in case if you do not want to check this appointment date, you can remove this. You can delete this. So you can delete this. Now this can be available. So directly we are sending the email. So this is what we can do. Or else if you do not want to do in this scenario, now use the flow just to update the fields. And this part you can go for a workflows.
Ma'am, can I do like by creating the two email fields on the appointment object, like doctor's email and patient email, two fields I'll create, and by using the formula fields, I'll update the doctor's email and patient
By
email.
using the which one?
Formula field.
Formula field. Okay.
Is that?
So can we call the formula field? In workflow, can we call the formula field?
Maybe no.
Formula fields cannot be recorded in the workflow.
Okay, okay. Updating. Okay.
Now this is done. And next real-time trigger update. So this is we have seen. Lightning Web Component. What are the recent Lightning Web Component scenarios we have worked on it? In our project, I encountered a scenario where we need to enhance the user interface and improve the overall user experience by implementing the dynamic and interactive components. The requirement was to create a custom dashboard that displayed the real-time data and allowed user to perform the actions without navigating between the multiple pages.
pages.
So that is the recent Lightning Web component. And the next one is what are the functionalities you have worked in the Lightning Web components? The functionalities which we have worked on is functionalities which we have worked on is a Lightning Web component creation, data binding, Apex integration. Apex integration does not come here in the LWC.
Okay.
Event handling, Lightning data service, conditional rendering, Lightning app builder integration. Okay, and scenario one, this is JS, CSS, HTML, make the HTML form that allows the input, their name, email, address, and message. Use this JavaScript to validate the input data. This is the HTML code. Change their email result, align, and then on change their name, validation result, and closing the lightning button JavaScript, import track email, and dot target email, this dot email, and this dot validate email, validate name, and then validating the message, regex, okay, and then email validation result, invalid, okay, validate the name, you are allowing only letters. Yeah, only letters. It
Yes,
should
for
not
the name, as it is a name, we should have smalls and capitals.
okay. Show result true. So whenever the show result true is there. Showing the message validation result, okay. And then submit. And we are submitting this information. Console CSS. Container H2, header 2, input focus, validate. This is for validation message, RQ font message, and then form UL, LI, and lightning input, result container, okay. Meta XML file, through lightning app, lightning home, lightning record page, observation after deploying the component to UI.
Okay, these are missed too. I can show on my UI. ma'am.
Update the screenshot properly.
Okay, okay, ma'am. For these results, I can present my screen and I can show, ma'am. In this
Are
case.
you on laptop right now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, go ahead and share your screen.
Present this- okay. Screen is visible right now.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Yes, these are the ones, ma'am. First one is email name and message component. Here we are checking the email and message, email name and message formats only. So here, if we gave this letters and dot regex format, if we gave only, it will consider like the first one is let word and at the rate or any symbol, it will consider. And another Gmail or any mail and dot something IO or in or anything it will consider.
Give proper name,
Okay.
proper email.
Yes. Next here it will consider only small and capital letters. If we gave like numbers, it will tell like invalid name. So it is valid.
Also, now there is a defect. Change the name there. So more to. No,
Okay,
immediate
it
on
is
top also
showing.
it will be.
Okay, it is affecting the only color, but the message is same.
Message is same, but it is
Okay,
impacting the color.
CSS is affecting. Okay, I'll check it now. Okay, it is validated. And message, if it beyond the 20 characters, it will show me the error, ma'am. It will consider the numbers. Okay, no, not numbers. Okay.
Just check the CSS.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Message, whenever it exceeds 20 characters, it will show me the error for it should not exceed 20 characters. Okay.
On submit.
On submit, I have not done any.
Okay, when we click on a submit, display the data. Email, name, message.
Okay. Just HTML I need to put and I'll call that. Okay. Next one is okay. This is the first one and okay. Is this the one? Okay. Email name,
JavaScript
message.
again. Show me the JavaScript again.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Can I go up, ma'am?
Yeah, so present the UI, whatever you have implemented, code we can go through that. Present the UI, the output.
Yes.
Not this one, the second one, the game one.
Okay. Okay, this is I have shown right now. The second one is game one. Okay. This is shown right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here it is, ma'am. JavaScript game. Okay. Whenever I am clicking on the buttons, like it will the result get increased. If I
Click on
click like
three.
2, okay, the result is 2. I have clicked 2. Now I am clicking 3. It is getting incremented to 5. Next I am clicking 5. it is becoming 10.
Can you refresh this? Refresh the page.
Yes, ma'am.
Click on 3.
Okay.
On 1 and 4. Okay. So the code, can you show me the code for this?
Code. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, result. Okay, go down. JavaScript. You are considering the event.target.data, data set value, and then 10. So you are keep on adding the plus button value. Okay, fine.
Okay. Can I go to the next program now?
Yeah.
Okay. Here is the.
The screenshots are not right. It doesn't give me the clarity.
Okay, and no, after uploading the file also, I have checked again whether these are looking fine or not. Okay, I'll zoom it and I'll took the screenshot again and I'll do the documentation in Word so that it may be clear to the clear when you open on Google Docs. Okay, here I gave the screenshots like with what the number I have clicked on and how the result is becoming incrementing. Okay, the next program is HTML CSS. Using HTML CSS, create animated underline effect when the user hovers on the text. Whenever there is a text, I have taken the text like animated text only. So when I am hovering like this, the animated lines should come should come like animation, and when I am removing the mouse from there, it should disappear. Like that I have created.
Okay, fine.
And my output is like animated underline. This is the one. Here I have not taken the lightning card, so this is seem to be like this. Able to see my this execution now.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Now till LWC, from the beginning to the till the LWC, any questions, guys? Can you stop sharing?
Yes, ma'am.
From the beginning of general question to till LWC, any questions? Yes, Shravanti.
To this LWC, I didn't have any knowledge about it. I'm learning. I know the theoretical part. How can I approach for practical?
Deepan?
I don't have much knowledge about this LWC. I haven't worked in it. But how can I approach for 1 to 2 years in interviews?
So go through the videos. We have a videos. You can contact our admin team. They will provide you the some videos. So you have to practice those. So by practicing only we can achieve the coding part.
Ma'am, a general example of creating a simple component I did in Visual Studio. Shall I share that, ma'am?
Okay, so what you have implemented? No, we'll come to that. So that is your not related to the question paper one, right? Yeah, we'll come to that one later. Any other questions in the question paper one? So today is the last. We have already discussed about the key. Now integration part, we will cover it into the question paper two. So today is the key that we have discussed. Any questions on the question paper one key? Now you guys should be able to do it. admin, Apex, LWC in question paper 1.
One thing from my side is, ma'am, while writing the development part, some key functionalities I have not aware of, so that I am keep on improving my knowledge on like a patient share that I am not aware of. So through this question paper, I am able to understand the functionality of that.
Okay, whoever is attended my development, they should be knowing the patient share kind of a objects. But this is how in the real time also. Real time sometimes we will be getting some new functionalities. We need to research it and we need to implement it.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Stop recording.